Hi, welcome to Ukulele Lessons Easy 1B. Today we're going to do the warm-up or the chord calc exercise, and more importantly we're going to be introducing two new chords. So a lot of the chords that you've been learning in this course have been very familiar. You learned them in the previous course and you're kind of refining them, getting better playing them, having more practice at them, but you haven't really learned a whole lot of new chords. This is a lesson here to give you a chance to learn two new chords. For instance, the E flat, which actually I introduced this chord in the next course. In my next course, which is Ukulele 2 online, I introduced the E flat chord. So you're getting a head start by learning your E flat chord now. And then in the next course, I do not teach this. This is an A flat chord, but I do have another course that's called the premium course, where a lot of more fine or intricate technique is taught, and I teach you how to find chords like this. So you're kind of getting a head start to learning the A flat chord. Okay, so let's go over this. This is the section where these are the chords that are being used for the bridge section. The bridge section in the song Every Day. So here's your song Every Day. Okay, the song Every Day. Okay, in the bridge section, which is here, all the bolded lettering, these are the chords for the bridge section of that part of the song. Okay, so it has an F, which you all know, so that's review for you folks. F chord. The B flat chord should be review for you. This chord was taught early on in the previous course, in the beginning ukulele course, B flat. The reason for that, this chord is a little hard to make, so it's going to take a little practice. If you're new to my course, never played this chord before, in the previous tutorials early on in this course, you had a lesson about how to make the B flat chord, and I taught you some techniques on how to learn the B flat chord so you could quickly or learn it faster. And so in other words, what I'm saying is, if you're having difficulty making the B flat chord, you need to go back to the tutorial that's early on in this course, learn the B flat chord, learn how to make it, learn the technique that you can learn the chord faster. Try to practice that, get it under your belt, maybe come back to this section. Okay? There's a G chord in this bridge. There's a G7 chord in this bridge. Keep in mind, G, G7, two different chords, sounds totally different. I get this mistake all the time. A lot of students get the G and the G7 confused and kind of, I guess, intertwine the chords somehow. And instead of playing a G, they're playing a G7, or instead of playing a G7, they're playing a G. You need to keep in mind that when you're learning the G, learn the proper fingering, memorize it as a G chord. When you learn the G7 chord, learn the chord as a G7, the proper fingering, memorize that. Once again, don't get these two mixed up because these sound totally different. And basically, if you play the wrong chord at the wrong spot in the song, you can tell that it's the wrong chord. Okay, so let's move on to the two new chords. E flat. Okay, if you can see the finger here, if you've been keeping up with the lessons on how to make the fingering of, for instance, like the D chord, this is very similar to the D chord. Two fingers, 2, 3, and 4, and just adding a first finger there. But let me show you what I mean. So if we revert back to our D chord, 2, 3, and 4. This is the D chord now, okay? D chord on the 2nd fret. D chord on the 2nd fret. All we do is slide that whole chord up to the 3rd fret, okay? To the 3rd fret, and put our finger down. Okay? So that, once again, let's try it again. So if we made a D chord, and that's on the 2nd fret, okay? On the 2nd fret. Fingers 2, 3, and 4. 2, 3, and 4 on the 2nd fret. All we do is slide everything up to the 3rd fret, from the 2nd to the 3rd. put the finger down, B. Okay, so first finger down here, then 2, 3, and 4 on the 3rd fret. And once again, first finger down here on the 1st string, 1st fret. Then on the 3rd fret, you got fingers 2, 3, and 4. And that's an E flat chord. So at this time, go ahead and pause the video and then try, go ahead and get comfortable with the fingering of this E flat chord. And I'll go ahead and start here in a second or two after you've tried it for a few times. Okay, now that you've gotten the E flat chord, you can see my fingers are kind of curved. Okay, the object of this is to get a very clean sound, so you can obviously hear all 4 strings. Okay, so to get that sound, you have to make sure that your fingers are curved over the strings and nothing's obstructing the other strings from getting a clean sound. Okay, let's do a chord cog exercise. We're going to press, relax, looking at your left hand, not my hand, your left hand, looking at your left hand, press, relax. Fingers never leave the strings at this time now. You're just pressing, looking at the chord, relaxing, pressing, looking at the chord, relaxing. This is the back of my hand, by the way. See where my thumb is. It can vary, your thumb can vary. The main thing is you should be kind of comfortable. Okay, back to the front, pressing, relaxing, pressing, relaxing. Now what you want to do is you want to freeze the positioning of your fingers. Press, relax, freeze the positioning of your fingers because we're going to close our eyes soon. Press, relax, memorize the positions. Notice how it feels. Press, relax, press, relax. Okay, close your eyes, press down, and you're going to lift a little bit off, freezing that position. For press down, keep in mind you're freezing that position. Lift a little off the strings, press down, off the strings just a little bit, off the strings, press, off the strings a little bit, press down, off the strings, press down, off the strings, press down. Open your eyes, you should be on that E flat chord. Strum once, E flat chord. Okay, it should sound like that. Okay? Now, we're going to move to the A flat chord. First of all, one whole finger on the 3rd fret, covering down all 4 strings. So 3rd fret, one whole finger covering down 3rd fret, one whole finger. So we start with that, okay? Next, we have the 2nd finger coming down the 2nd string on the 4th fret. So we got our first finger there on the 3rd, 2nd finger down there on the 4th of the 2nd string, okay? Next, last finger, 3rd finger on the top string of the 5th fret. 3rd finger right there on the top. Okay? Once again, first finger down on the 3rd, 2nd finger down on the, let's try it again. First finger down on the 3rd fret, okay, covering all strings. 2nd finger on that 2nd string on the 4th fret. And lastly, the ring finger, 3rd finger on that top string on the 5th fret. And that's your A flat chord. It should sound like this. One strum, A flat. One more strum, should sound like that. Okay, don't take your fingers off now, and if you did, pause the tutorial and get the fingering back. Okay, well now we're going to do chord cog exercise. We're going to press, we're going to relax. Press, relax. This is what the back looks like, by the way. Back of my hand. Press, relax. Do not leave the strings just yet. You're just looking at your left hand. See how the fingering is. Now start to freeze that fingering. Don't move the fingering. All you're doing is pressing and relaxing. Fingering is frozen. Don't from that position. We're going to get ready to lift it off the fretboard. Not yet. Press, relax. Memorize how the chord looks like. Memorize, press, relax. Memorize how it feels, how the strings feel as you're pressing. Press down, relax. Okay, here we go. You ready? Press, Relax. Now close your eyes and then picture the chord in your mind. Press. Lift a little bit off the fretboard. Keep your fingers frozen. Press. Keep your fingers frozen. Lift a little bit off the fretboard. Back down. Keep your fingers frozen. Press. Lift a little bit off the fretboard. Coming down. Open your eyes. And it should look like an A flat chord. To test it, just play along with me. Should sound exactly like that. Okay, if not, you want to try that exercise one more time. So, try the exercise for the new chords that are in the bridge of the song Every Day before you play it. And if you're successful, then you can play the entire song. If not, then you want to go with just playing maybe the verses and skipping the bridge for now. But once you have this chords down, the E flat and the A flat, and not to mention being able to play your B flat, you would be able to play the entire song, including the bridge. Okay, by all means, please back to the tutorial. Try this several times. I know these chords are quite difficult, so take as much time as you need, and when you're ready, we'll see you at the next lesson.